I have estimated 15 million people in India take statins. 15 million. That means we are manufacturing 2 million diabetics every year. And then we say India will be the capital of diabetes in the world. Johanna von Goethe, one of the greatest thinkers in this world, a German, said, I quote, I now know philosophy, physiology, jurisprudence, medicine, science, even alas, theology from end to end with labor skin. But here I stand, O fool, with all my lore, no wiser than before. Which is absolutely true. Because it's wisdom that is missing in this world. T.S. Eliot so beautifully said, where is that wisdom we seem to have lost in knowledge? And where is that knowledge we seem to have lost in information? Today we only gather information. And information is full of noise. An occasional signal in the information is lost in the noise. So much so, you get so confused listening to various things. How many of you heard of this man called Crick? William Crick. C-R-E-E-C-K. Have you heard of that? Very famous German economist who has written an article for all of you to read. The End of Capitalism. He said Brexit and Trump's election is a sign of an imminent breaking up of capitalism of the West. Because capitalism has oversold itself. It's oversold itself so much so. Today, everything runs on money. Did you understand that? Everything runs on money. Man is of no consequence. Only money is consequence. I don't know how many of you know when the first industry started in 1802 in England. That's called the Industrial Revolution or Renaissance or what you want to call it of the last century, 19th century. There was this romantic British poet called William Wordsworth. He wrote a poem which is called The World is Too Much With Us. How many of you read that? The world is too much with us. I'll give you 4 lines. You go and read the rest. Get into Google and say, William Wordsworth, the world is too much with us. But this is a very important poem. It says, the world is too much with us, late and soon. Getting and spending, we lay waste our powers. Mark that line. Getting and spending, we lay waste our powers. Little do we see in nature that is ours. I'll give you an example. If your cat in the house has a tummy ache, do you know where it goes? It goes out in the garden, knows which leaf or grass to eat, and gets better. You and I get a tummy ache, we go to an ass called M Hegde and get a poison and get into trouble after that, which is called ADR, adverse drug reactions. The leading cause of death in the world is ADR. Do you want to know that? You all think, oh, what is modern medicine? Western medicine is so good. Don't have to worry. One person came and told me, look, I am rich. I want to drink good Scotch whiskey every day. And I want to smoke. But at the same time, I don't want to get any disease. Can you do something? I said, I'm sorry. You have come to the wrong person. I'm not God. Then what is this? What is modern medicine for? I just want to do what I want to do, and I want a medicine to cure it. This is the stage we will reach. Little do we see in nature that's ours. Because, he says, Wordsworth says, we have sold our soul. We have sold our soul. I have added 2 lines for that. To the devil. Semicolon. The sordid boon. The biggest curse for mankind is we have sold our soul. Do you even bat an eyelid to cheat somebody? Tell me that. Do you? No. And you think, I can cheat the world and make money. I'll be happy. No, you're not happy. You may have the best possible things. You may have a 100-bedded, probably 120-floor house in Bombay. You may gift a 432 crores plane for your wife's birthday. And you may have all the cars in the world. But if you ask yourself a question at the end of the day, what is a car meant for? Take you from point A to B, right? What does it matter whether it's an 800 Maruti or a crore worth of 7 Series BMW where the door opens and closes on itself? What does it matter? You are going to the same place. See, this is the problem. But unfortunately, what happens is all of us are governed by the same emotions and passions. So beautifully said Shakespeare, whether you are in the palace or in the pad, whether in the castle or in the cottage, you are governed by the same emotions and passions. Greed, jealousy. Actually, greed is a very small word. Wall Street greed is a better word. That's a corporate greed. Wall Street greed. Because there's no end to it. Just there is no end to it. $13 billion is the profit of one drug company. One drug company in 1 year. $13 billion is the profit of one drug company in America by selling statins. Knowing full well that statins are poisons and they're going to kill a lot of people. 10% to 40% of people who take statin within 1 year become diabetics. Now we say we don't want diabetes. No. We are manufacturing diabetes. I have estimated 15 million people in India take statins. 15 million. That means we are manufacturing 2 million diabetics every year. And then we say India will be the capital of diabetes in the world. Naturally. This is all because of Wall Street greed. Did you understand that? What it means? Yeah. Tyrosine kinase receptor blocker. There are a lot of doctors here. You know, tyrosine kinase receptor blocker is a good anti-cancer agent. One drug manufactured in America or by an American company, maybe manufactured in China or Vietnam or Honolulu or Timbuktu, I don't know. But packaged and marketed by a company in America costs 2.5 lakhs of rupees for one injection. And what hurts me is our cancer specialists tell the patient, with this drug you will become completely all right. I'll give you an example. One of my students who was a professor of cardiovascular surgery in St. John's Medical College in Bangalore, 44-year-old young man with a child and a young wife, comes down with acute myeloblastic leukemia. So his wife calls me and says, "Uncle, he has got this, and in Kidwai they say they'll treat conventionally." I said, "Fine, that's the maximum that can happen, because acute myeloblastic leukemia, if he survives, it's great, something providential. Otherwise, normally they don't survive." How could I tell her that? Then she said, "Do you know why she called me?" She said, "Sir, in Vellore, they say there's a special treatment, there's a special unit. They'll make him all right." I said, "Do you believe that in 2016? She said, No, there's so many people have assured me." I said, "Don't believe these things. These are all, this advertisement. It's Kidwai is all right. Whatever. What he requires is TLC, tender loving care. Tender loving care. TLC is the best medicine for many diseases. You probably don't know that. Because ultimately the healing is done by your own body. Remember that. Healing is done by your own immune system and not by the surgery or by any medicine that you take. Be it homeopathy, umapathy, Ayurveda, anything. Ultimately, it is sympathy that matters. I always tell my students, you practice whatever you want to practice, but do practice empathy and sympathy. You will be a good doctor.